Do you guys know the lyrics to?
Ryan,
this is gonna get flagged. Ryan, did you see The Farewell?
Not yet. I really want to.
God, you would hate it.
Well, why?
So many Asian people.
Well,
wait,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. You do too much.
Not
Don't use that. Don't use that
Nah,
for the video. I tried to force it with
That translates to "There comes a lion."
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, it's a lion? That can't be real.
And then, yes, it's a lion.
So, there comes a lion. Oh, yes, it's a lion.
Those lyrics suck. Welcome to Filmhouse. Hey, welcome to this week's installment of Filmhouse. This week is brought to you by Raycon, the E50 earbuds. We'll be talking more about those later. But first, let me introduce all my wonderful panelists. I got Ryan Haley to my right.
Hey, everyone.
Elise Willems on my left.
I'm Pumbaa.
And
You want to be Pumbaa? You think you're a Pumbaa?
And Timon to her Pumbaa is James Willems.
Hi.
That's you.
I'm the hyena voiced by Whoopi Goldberg.
Oh, no.
Well,
Hey, Ryan, turn your mic more like this. So you're not talking to the top of it, talking to the front of it.
Oh, talking to the front.
There you go.
I'm
As you
Matthew Broderick.
There he is.
Okay, you get to be the murderer. That's cool. So we are talking about the hit new film that came out 25 years ago called The Lion King.
Ah, yes.
It was a good movie back then, and for some reason, Disney in their infinite wisdom decided to remake the movie.
Well, I mean, I know why. It's going to make $1 billion.
You're correct, James.
Because people don't have taste. Kaboom. I kaboomed it. I kaboomed him something that's going to make more money.
Yeah, than you'll ever see in your
Now,
life.
Yeah.
typically on the show, Dan would torture us and throughout the week beg us to go see this movie early and then have to spend our free time in a movie theater suffering through something we already saw when we were children. So Dan, thankfully, is on vacation. And I said, no, friends, we don't have to watch The Lion King because we've already seen it. And instead, what we're going to do is just read some of the reviews of the movie that came out because I see no reason to see this film. And I'm guessing if you're watching this podcast right now, neither did you.
Okay, I don't
Oh,
want
they've
to
already
see
seen
it, but I haven't watched any of the trailers for it. And can I just say, Pumbaa is adorable. Come on.
It's a warthog.
Yeah.
Come on.
That is the animal.
He's great.
Nothing's really changed in the last couple decades. Real quick, I want to read just some of the reviews that are coming out. This is, so real quick, I did not watch Aladdin. I didn't go see it.
Yeah,
Neither did I. Did you
The
see
new
it?
one. No.
After Beauty
have
and
you
the
seen
Beast.
any of these Disney remakes in theaters?
I like The Jungle Book a lot,
You saw it in
actually.
theaters?
Yeah,
That
I saw it in
isn't-
4DX with mist and rumble seats.
I didn't know there were that many
Yes.
X's.
Does like a skunk spray you in the face? Like, what do you mean mist?
When you're going down the river.
Yeah,
with
when you're
Baloo.
going when you're going down the Amazon and there's
Yeah,
river
probably
stuff.
the temperature in the theater probably changes
Okay.
or some
Something
bullshit.
like that happened.
The
Cool.
Amazon River over there in India.
Jungle Book was good.
I
Directed by
saw
the same director.
Nightmare Before Christmas in 4D,
true.
and they pumped gingerbread scent into the theater.
They also lowered the temperature of the theater
so cold.
for the Christmas scenes, which was like, cool, but I didn't bring a jacket.
Yeah, I'm freezing now.
So real quick, Rotten Tomatoes has given The Lion King 2019 edition a 58%.
It's an aggregate.
At this aggregate is from 103 critics with a average of 6.3. The consensus is, though it can take pride in its visual achievements, this reimagined The Lion King is by the numbers retelling lacks. Sorry, this reimagined The Lion King is by the numbers retelling lacks the energy and heart that made the original so beloved. Though for some fans, that may be just enough. I think James is referring to some of those people
I'm
earlier.
referring to the $1 billion worth of fans.
Yeah.
Do you think that
Children.
taking pride line was an intentional pun?
Yes.
Lion pride?
Oh, if it was great.
If not,
I have a feeling, or just sort of a hunch, that most critics or reviewers can't get an arousal unless they have some sort of pun in their life.
for sure.
Why else would they do it
That's why they got into it.
all the
that's why you do
time?
it.
Everything like, it's a boring lion of a tale. Like, that didn't even work.
Hit us
I
with
ain't
another.
lying. This movie is awesome.
Oh,
Nice.
God.
Wow.
It has Aladdin in it. It doesn't. Metacritic, a different version of Rotten Tomatoes, has right now the aggregate is from 34 critics and it's 57 out of 100. The little choice quote there is, by and large, very few remarks other than Gus Van Sant's shot-by-shot reproduction of Psycho have adhered as closely to the original version as this one does, referring to The Lion King. Everything here is so safe and tame and carefully calculated as to seem pre-digested. There's nary a surprise in the whole 2 hours. So
they just made the movie again.
It is, I guess, similar. We were, Ryan, you mentioned Jungle Book earlier.
Yeah.
Was that one different enough than the original movie that it felt worth seeing in theaters?
Definitely. Like when you watch the trailer to this one, it straight up was the Circle of Life song, just shot for shot. Like when they brought up the shot for shot remake of Psycho, which by the way, have any of y'all seen that?
No, because I've seen Psycho.
Yeah. Right.
I saw some of it.
It's completely, just like you were saying earlier, it's completely unnecessary. But
yeah. I didn't see Psycho 2 though.
Oh no! What about Psycho 3?
Psycho 2 is actually really good.
Doesn't the Psychos continue? They start to retcon.
What does that
Psycho
mean?
1?
Well,
retcon is when you, I mean something
you
else.
like changed up in the
you change the
sequels?
history. You go back. You like go. Well, no, we're retconning this because actually what really happened was it was the mother that did it and not the son or something.
I don't think so. I don't think that happened in Psycho.
No, in Psycho 2. Yeah, it's something with the mom and how she was maybe part of it. Something like that.
Okay.
It's been a while.
I've only read I read the Wikipedia entries. I didn't bother seeing the film. So
yeah, but this movie is completely unnecessary, like you're saying, because it just looks like that in the trailer. Like they sold it as this is straight up shot for shot Lion King. It looked like.
We should clarify real quick. None of us saw it, so we're not technically reviewing it.
Yeah.
We're just reacting to the aggregate reviews,
Yes.
with
Dumping on it.
non-surprisal.
But most people seem to be saying that after they saw the movie. They're like, it looks amazing, but I've seen the first one and it was the same exact thing
general
to
response
beat for beat.
seems to be that it lacks the emotional resonance and catharsis that the first one
of a
brought.
Cartoon.
This is the kind of thing that I feel like would have been better served as a viral video. Some group of like really talented artists, like computer artists, got together. A
lot of free time.
And they were like, you know what would be cool? If we like shot for shot remade the Lion King trailer. And we put it up on YouTube and then it gets 250 million views, but it's not the whole movie.
Or rather, if Disney didn't have an interesting concept for remaking The Lion King.
Sure.
Because if you look at, John actually sent me some behind the scenes stuff about the process they went into making the movie, and Jon Favreau using VR in essentially directing in a virtual reality space, and how they did it. It sounds really, really cool. So if they didn't have a great live action concept or realistic concept for Lion King, if Disney came forward and said exactly what you're saying, like, we're going to give Jon Favreau this technology and we're going to show him remaking the Lion King trailer, and we're going to do it and we're going to show him how he did it with his technology, that would have been really cool. Like, I think that would have blown everyone's minds.
It wouldn't have made $1 billion.
Wouldn't have made $1 billion, but it would have been great promotion for Disney and then for their live action movies going forward, I think.
I think what's interesting for me, and maybe it's probably different people, but when the first trailer came out, a lot of people in my social media circles were going, holy shit, this looks amazing.
The elite, very elite in his circles.
Like, oh my gosh, this looks amazing. And I was like, no, it's just The Lion King.
Yeah.
You just remember these songs. And so I just expected that this would proceed, the movie would come out and people say that they love it because it's The Lion King, and most people will eat the same brownie 4 times in a row. They don't care. Right? But like now it seems like no, people are like, wait a minute, it's the same thing. And it's like, yeah, in defense of everyone who worked on this movie and the marketing, they told you what it was. They're like, we're just doing it again, only now they're going to look like lions as opposed to actual things that have personality.
It also had a budget of $250 million. So that's fun. That's a cool thing because they know it's going to make a lot of money. But
what an ambitious year of releasing Dumbo, Aladdin, and Lion King within
they seem to be in a rush, right? Like, let's get them out before people catch on that they're
strange.
Not good.
It's also weird though, because like, you know, Dumbo isn't a straight up remake of Dumbo.
Yeah.
Is it because
I haven't seen it?
Is it because they know that the Dumbo movie is no longer considered substantial enough? But since Aladdin and Lion King are pretty modern films, like they're from a modern era of filmmaking, that they're like, oh well, we can just do those again.
Well, but Aladdin though they changed it up. You know, they got Will Smith doing. They didn't do
I mean,
every
they
joke.
changed it
I
up because
guarantee
they
you, if
couldn't get
they
it
could have
done.
dug
They had
up
no
Robin
choice.
Williams
Yeah.
and then forced him into that
Right.
movie, they would have. But
I think you're right. I think that they basically just look at the Lion King and they go, "We can't do much better than this the
Yeah.
first time.
Well, there
so
need-
let's just straight up remake it." Whereas the others are like, "We have little rooms for improvement."
Or
we can
because
do."
the first movie's so good, it feels scary to try to do something different because then what if it's grossly worse than
Right.
the original? Like, you know, it's kind of like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But then,
But money.
but
Yeah.
it looks like what
But
they
like-
did change makes it worse.
So there seems to be a consensus right now. This is actually the big reason that I'm sort of staying away from it. Other than like I love to rewatch movies that I really enjoy, but then also I feel like it is sort of a waste of time because
you're not consuming something new.
yeah, I would prefer to try something new or something older that I may have missed out on and watch that instead of just rewatching the same thing over and over. But right now, the big issue seems to be that there's a really weird uncanny valley that all the animals look so real that seeing them talk or try to emote is really sort of disturbing. So the AV Club has this quote. It said, "There's almost nothing recognizably human in The Lion King, which labors under the bizarre misconception that anyone needed a photorealistic take on the Shakespearean struggle between talking, singing lions. Joyless, artless, and maybe soulless, it transforms one of the most striking titles from the Mouse House vault into a very expensive, star-studded Disney nature film."
Oh, big boom on the Mouse House.
Yeah.
Any other big booms? Anybody else
this
coming
was
in?
this was
hot?
actually from Reddit user Hardspank916, who I thought probably has the best idea. They're saying the only good that can come out of this movie is that when it's eventually released on Blu-ray, there will be many fan edits that incorporate footage from Animal Planet, Planet Earth, and Trials of Life, etc. Imagine during the Simba and Nala duet, we cut the two lions boning, or adult Simba eating a warthog.
That's pretty funny.
I am looking forward to that. So thank you, Hardspank916.
Yeah, I guess in the cartoon it makes the disparities in the animal kingdom and the food chain feel a lot less real than probably this does.
It just seems like it's obvious. I don't understand. Never mind. I know because I always go, how come someone didn't raise their hand and say something? Someone almost certainly did early on at the process. The same as Sonic. Like
James
someone
Earl
definitely-
Jones did.
But it's one of those things where it's like, have you ever looked at a dog or a cat, and then like the owner who has a 10-year relationship with that animal goes like, oh look, she's so upset. Look at her. But then a complete stranger who's never seen the cat before is like, nope, that's just a cat face.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's weird because it feels like the filmmakers have a relationship with these animals and they're like, look how Simba is distraught right now. It's obvious. But to us who just sat down in the theater, it's just a cat staring. So it's like everyone's having that relationship. This owner is telling us how amazing all their pets are and what a lively personality, but we are strangers who just came into this home and we're like, nah, it's doing what cats. It's licking its
Yeah.
balls now. Like
They don't have eyebrows that can, move up and down and
especially when you
sideways.
compare it to the original, which is so good at finding the line between that's clearly a lion, but I know everything this lion is feeling in one shot. Like that was the skill of Disney animators.
I'm tired of The Lion King. I don't want
We
anything
can-
else
we
to
can
do
move
with
on.
it. I don't want anything else to do
we-
with
Can't
it.
wait to actually see it and love it. There.
I bet it's hard to make photorealistic, like whimsical animals.
Yes.
Like in like Planet of the Apes and stuff. Like you're like, I feel like they did a really great job getting the emotions from the apes, but it's serious. Whereas here they're supposed to be singing and
Oh, yeah.
it's like for
Poignant
kids, but
moments
they
and-
look like real lions.
Yeah.
It looks scary.
It's answering a question no one asked, and it's going to make a lot of money because I think it's something Disney just they have a slot machine or a computer out there that says do X, Y, and Z and you'll be rich forever. And they're like, you got it. So whatever, as long as they keep making money, they'll be happy. So I actually came up with an idea. If you, like the rest of us, are jaded and you're going to skip The Lion King and try to save a couple bucks, we have some alternative films starring lions that you guys may want to see. I'll go first because
Great.
James never put his down, or did he?
What?
James never entered his. It's fine.
You didn't give me a direction to enter mine. I told you.
I mean,
were like, what do you-
Ryan and I did, and we didn't get any direction.
Adam in the
Read
room
the
was
room.
like,
Read the room.
what do you want your movie to be? And I told him, and then that was the end of the conversation.
Oh, I don't remember.
You know what it
Anyway,
is. We watched it.
So my pick is Ghost in the Darkness.
Great pick.
It's
Oh, yeah.
I believe it's a 1998 film starring Val Kilmer and Michael Douglas. It's a weird freaking movie because it's really the British are painted as the good guys while they're trying to colonize Africa, and they're like,
Yeah.
we're trying to build a bridge, but lions keep killing us. I think it's from the second AD from I don't know, something like a Terminator movie or a Predator 2.
Resume.
Not quite the resume, but it's actually a pretty damn good movie. I rather enjoyed it. It's back in I want to say when Val Kilmer was the hottest property out there, and how far he is from that now is sad.
I would say there was a great swath of the Val Kilmer fan base that would have gone to see this movie, that would have never have gone to see this movie otherwise. But they went for Val, you know?
I'm glad they went for Val. So anyway, that's my pick. Go see Ghost in the Darkness. You can rent it, buy it, whatever.
I haven't seen a single lion in this clip.
You almost never see any lions in the movie. They're mostly silhouetted. It's kind of like a horror film.
There was one maybe.
There's lions.
It's a scary movie.
They definitely make the lions feel like monsters, which is really cool. And it's one of those things where like based on a true story where a guy was killed by a lion one time. And I was like, that's fine, but they're doing it for the sport. They're not. They're protecting their land. But there's a lot of death, a lot of cool imagery. It's also the African savannah, which you don't see a lot of movies based out of. So check it out. It's a good little flick. And then moving on to James, you have your...
Yes.
Yes. Yours
Mine
was...
is The Lion of Oz.
That's right.
What?
It is a sequel. The whole movie is available on YouTube right there.
Whoa.
It is I'm going to say...
Great cast.
90s? Maybe cheap early 2000s movie where a lion is taken from a circus and goes to Oz and goes on an adventure with all our favorite Wizard of Oz characters.
Talent behind it as well.
On.
Yeah, a lot of big names. Tim Curry is in this. I believe Bobcat Goldthwait is in it.
What?
What are those names?
Jean Horrocrux. Oh, Kathy Griffin is also in it. Wow. There's Jane Horrocrux. She's in it.
So real quick, this is the
Jason Priestley.
So this is the prequel to the Brave Lion from The Wizard of Oz. How he got to Oz?
No,
Well,
unrelated.
he's a cowardly lion, Adam.
Unrelated.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got it backwards.
Unrelated. Just another lion.
Really?
Yes.
You're serious? He doesn't become the cowardly
No,
lion?
I don't believe so. I believe this is just another tale of what can happen in Oz.
Okay.
Yeah. See. So like.
Barrel on his snout.
Dare I even say, having watched the entire movie on mute, that maybe he's inspired by the bravery of the lion.
But it's a prequel, so it hasn't happened
Don't
yet.
know that it's a prequel.
Oh.
Don't think that's the case.
Well, it would have to be a
He's been
prequel, right?
left. There's the witch, and of course all of our favorite characters like Walking Broom.
If the Wicked Witches are alive, it's a prequel. And then it looks like Oz is just arriving to Oz in his hot air balloon. Do you not even know anything about the movie that you're telling
I
other
watched
people
it,
to watch?
but it was on mute.
James did play it in our office twice.
There's a nightmarish teddy bear that has springs coming out of it. There he is, terrifying. But I really think my favorite thing about it is I know what the lion is feeling because it's animated.
Okay.
And he's not an actual photorealistic lion.
What does he feel throughout the movie?
Well, I'll show you next time they show him, which is coming up just here in a minute. That's the cloud with a face. He's concerned.
Is he?
Yeah. He's concerned there.
It's like he's having a good walk.
Yeah, he looked happy, actually.
Well, my favorite thing about this movie, James, is that it's free on YouTube.
It's free on YouTube.
As long as you're in the U.S., I suppose.
Or probably anywhere.
There's this doll.
She's terrifying nightmare doll. I think my favorite thing about this movie is that other than the what's her face?
Kathy Griffin?
Dorothy?
No,
Lynn Redgrave?
No.
Judy Garland?
Yeah. Other than the Judy Garland film, every depiction of Oz has been terrifying and nightmarish and should never be ventured into.
Even the Sam Raimi ones?
Especially the Sam Raimi one, yes.
Oh, the one. I'm sorry. I thought he made two of them. I'm getting it mixed up with... Oh, the movie's over. I get it mixed up with...
Maleficent, probably.
No, the other one. Alice.
Oh, Alice.
Return to Oz? Oh, no. Sorry.
I've seen Return to Oz. That's a cool movie, actually.
Yeah, still nightmarish.
Yeah, that's an absolute nightmare.
What you want to do is watch it like 50 times when you're 4 years old, and then it never bothers you for the rest of your life.
So,
but it explains a lot, though.
Highly recommend the Lion of Oz / full movie on YouTube. One of my favorite lion stories.
Okay.
Great. That's a great pick.
Elise, you picked The Naked Gun 2.5.
I picked Naked Gun 2.5, and let me tell you
there's
why,
a lion
Adam.
in it?
Let me explain it to you if you guys will give me the floor here for a moment.
got it.
This
Give
is
me
a
the floor.
fantastic movie, okay? Leslie Nielsen, as you all know, is one of my all-time heroes, okay? And this movie, this trilogy of movies was very formative for me as a child, my sense of humor and everything. But there is a wonderful scene in this movie. Robert Goulet is the villain
Spoiler.
of the
Spoiler.
movie. And I'm spoiling it because it's a fucking 30-year-old movie.
Okay.
But Robert Goulet, he falls from a window, lands on a canopy like a. Oh, Adam's going to show it. He's going to show it to
no,
us.
they dropped him.
This is the very end
lands
of
on
the
the
movie.
awning,
Yep.
is fine,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's okay.
Brushes himself off.
Brushes himself
He's
off.
gonna get away with
And
it.
then lion mauls.
But that joke
Now-
is also set up.
It's great.
I was gonna say,
Because
45
there's
minutes
there's an
earlier.
escaped
Well,
lion and whatever.
Well,
so
I-
it's fantastic. And I was trying to remember what movie. I knew the moment in my mind. I was like, there's a moment where someone unsuspectingly gets mauled by a lion, and then finally I was like, oh, it's Naked Gun.
Well, but why didn't you pick Naked Gun 1
What's the lion moment in Naked Gun?
during
1?
the baseball bloopers?
baseball.
Isn't that a lion?
I don't recall. Maybe
If
in the
they're showing
Cougar.
baseball
recall
bloopers,
either.
and like one guy goes and he like hits the walls like boink or whatever, and two guys hit each other boink, and
Well,
then
this
there's
was
another
a-
one where a guy catches a guy, he's out, and then a lion jumps on him.
Oh, this was the specific moment that came to mind. Adam, you can look that up as well.
Sure, I'll do that. I love the
I
Naked
mean,
Gun.
if you haven't seen the Naked Gun movies, you absolutely should.
I'm gonna say all
33
three are
and
great.
the third
Yeah.
is still.
Yeah.
Baseball bloopers. It's when they do the montage of baseball bloopers.
Okay. It's been a while. I watched the second one way more than the first one.
Yeah, I think I
Baseball
was the
bloopers.
same.
Down.
It's the fourth one down.
Oh, there
Yeah.
we go. Okay. The is the Zucker brothers, right? Is that one?
Doink. Oh, there
Yeah.
we go. They hit each other.
They
oh, bloopers.
these are these same guys who did same guys who did Airplane, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They were at one point top of their game. I think they even did basketball.
They did.
And I
They had
actually
Rat
like-
Race.
Oh,
It's
it's
a
a tiger.
tiger.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're fired, James.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, his head comes off.
They have a lot of great baseball. I don't know, maybe they love baseball. In 33 and a third, there's the prison baseball where he's trying to get rid of the dirt, a la like Alcatraz,
Okay.
and it's fan. Ugh.
All right.
No lion. I don't think there's a lion in
well,
the third one.
There isn't.
I
but-
totally agree with Elise. Naked Gun 2.5 is actually a great movie. I think worth watching. But you also put on here you should not be watching We Bought a Zoo.
I wrote do not watch We Bought a Zoo.
Okay, I wasn't planning on it. I haven't heard anything good about it. It's
No.
always a joke. So,
Yeah, don't watch that.
is there a lion in it?
Have you seen
Possibly.
it?
Have you seen it?
I watched it on an airplane and
So
fell
you
asleep.
come at me about Lion of Oz.
No, I said don't. I said don't watch We Bought a Zoo.
I know. But you
haven't
do
seen it,
not
though.
watch.
But you don't
No.
even know if the lion's in this.
I can tell you not to watch it. Honorable mention goes to Gladiator. He doesn't fight a lion, but he fights a tiger, and it's awesome. And when in Gladiator, people love to rip on Gladiator now. It's an awesome movie.
Why? It won the Academy
Racist,
Award.
by the way.
What?
Thinking a lion's a tiger.
Do you?
It is racist.
Does Gladiator hold up for you?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love it.
100%. Yeah, it's
amazing.
Great.
People
I
said
people
the-
are just down on it because it won an Academy Award for Best Picture, and I think it's great. But I'm sure if we looked at the other movies that came out that year, maybe the action drama, like the cheesy action drama about gladiators. Again, his name's Maximus. And I think that tells you everything you need to know kind of about it. But
Okay.
still, I think it's a great. I love it. I love this fucking
There's so
movie.
many Academy Award winners that you would never watch again
Oh, yeah,
in a
pretty
million
much.
years. But this is an example of one that won, and
Green Book was good.
Was it the best?
Uh,
Not by a long shot.
Well,
anyway, he fights a tiger, not a lion. But just don't watch Lion King. Watch this.
Ryan, you wouldn't stop talking about this movie.
It's not a documentary.
It's not a documentary.
No, it's a.
Is this
it's
where like a
normal
bunch
movie.
of people were
Oh.
died because they were like?
Yes.
Oh.
No lions were heard in the making of this movie, but 70 cast and crew members were.
Yep.
Oh my god, this is the whole movie. That's
Oh, I
Roar
hope-
2.
Wasn't Melanie Griffith mauled in Roar?
Yeah. So basically, what this movie is all about is it's this. The executive producer of The Exorcist used all of his money to buy a bunch of lions with it and go out into the jungle or no, actually, I'm sorry, it was in California, and make this movie with his family, and they spent years making it. Melanie Griffith was like 10, and yeah, they just there's a bunch of wild lions that he subjected his family to being in this movie with, and it's amazing.
So,
it's the most dangerous movie ever made, they say.
Not Twilight Zone?
Oh my God! So these are actually people being attacked.
These are people. They left all of the real injuries in the film, but real movie.
This is frightening.
Crazy.
I've seen a lot of, not a lot, but I've seen some like live leak footage of like there's like a Chinese family out on safari, and the daughter or something like goes outside of the car, and then like a wild cat just comes out and grabs her, pulls her into the jungle. Ugh. She apparently escaped, but her mom went after her to chase after her, and then the mom got killed.
Oh, fuck.
Oh God!
And it's just like, I don't know, giant cats like this scare the shit out of me.
Like watching a live action Lion King. Did you see that?
As Mufasa holds a switchblade to your throat.
That's what it feels like watching the new one.
What do you think?
Oh yeah, Tippi Hedren from the Birds.
Hasn't she been through enough?
Oh my God, he's throwing those birds at her.
Oh yeah, Melanie.
She got facial reconstructive surgery? Oh
yes.
So the tagline for this movie is everyone in it got hurt.
Yes.
Except for the lions.
And the DP was Jan de Bont, who like he directed like Twister and stuff, and he got severely injured making this movie.
Oh my God.
That's awesome.
All sorts of people.
Okay.
It's a maniac's wet
Well,
dream.
Yeah, and I can't believe anyone would agree to it.
I can toss one more out.
Yeah.
The film Lion.
That has no lions in it.
Not to my knowledge, no.
Slumdog
I did
Millionaire?
watch it once. I loved it, though.
Oh, okay.
This is a great movie it's kind of, I don't know, it's hard to describe. It's a movie in two parts. The first part is about this little boy who's traveling with his brother and then gets lost at a train station, loses his little brother, and is just he's basically lost in India. He just has no idea where the fuck he is.
He falls asleep on a train and then he wakes up like across the country. Basically,
he's lost in India, no idea where he's gone or where he's come from or anything like that, and then goes into like the orphanage system there, and then ultimately is adopted by a family in New Zealand, and then is raised there, and then it fast forwards to him being an adult, and then kind of coming to terms with the fact that like he probably got a better upbringing by nature of what happened to him, but is still haunted by like, where's his mom? Like, where are his family? Like, where's his brother?
Who is
like,
he?
And his brother too is like thinking, because his brother was supposed to look out for him. He's like, oh man, like my brother must be something, and then so he like is like constantly he's a human being at odds with himself until ultimately he decides that he needs to go and find his truth. And it's a pretty remarkable movie because it's so positive. Like all the antagonism in this movie is internal, and like everyone's really supportive, and is like his girlfriend's like super great, and then his adoptive parents are like super wonderful people and stuff, and it's a pretty fantastic movie.
And he's part lion?
No.
Oh, jeez. Is it emotionally draining to watch?
I would be on the flip side to James. I'd say it's a good movie, but pretty boring.
Really?
And kind of one note. Like
I
I
was
thought
so
the
into
whole
it.
thing was like could have been summed up way easier.
I felt like I was so on board with his journey.
Regardless, I know even with the story that you told me, I still don't know what's going to happen story-wise as opposed to The Lion King.
Oh, yeah.
Where I know, I'm like, oh, I wonder if Scar's going to betray him. And then he does. So
Well, we saw this clip that someone leaked online.
Some say watch Lion, some say don't watch Lion.
Long live the king!
I'd rather watch a lion. I'm going to take a quick break and remind you guys that this episode is brought to you by Raycon, the E50 wireless earbuds. Check them out. They're wireless. Hey guys, just want to let you know that Raycon offers their wireless earphones in a range of fun colors and patterns, unlike some of your other wireless options. Raycon earbuds are both stylish and discreet with no dangling wires or stems. Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market. Raycon's E50 wireless earbuds look stylish, feel comfortable, and sound amazing. So go ahead and click on the link in the description below to get 15% off your order. Just go to buyraycon.com/filmhouse, that's FILMHAUS, for 15% off your order. Once again, that's buyraycon.com/filmhouse. Thank you very much, Raycon. And we're back. So we had a choice. We could talk about the Thor news, I guess, real quick. Thor 4 is being made, and it's coming out 2021. Taika Waititi's coming back. Think we're all cool with that? We're good?
I'm good with that.
Everyone's okay?
Yep.
That's about all we were going to say about.
Great.
Instead of
Super
repeating ourselves
happy.
for the next 30 minutes, we'll just say that, and we all agree. We said it. Everyone's happy. But Elise had a great idea. We used to do this thing a while ago, trailer show. Remember, Elise?
I don't.
No,
I
it's
don't
been
remember.
84 years.
Where we talk about some of the hot new trailers coming out. I'm just going to go down the list here. First up, we got The King's Man. This is, believe it or not, another Kingsman movie. But
Cool title.
it's called The King's
Yeah.
Man because, spoiler, it's a prequel that takes place during World War I and explains the formation of the Kingsman mythos, which never thought I wanted, but here we are.
Is this Matthew Vaughn?
It's got to be, right?
I don't
I
think
don't
he directed this.
No,
No.
he's just a
Oh,
producer.
no. Who else would dare try to top Kingsman 2?
I think it looks
Golden
different.
Army.
It looks different enough. Quicksilver
Rasputin.
is playing Rasputin. Aaron Taylor Johnson,
I
the
was
man
gonna say,
with.
please be more specific.
There's only been 2, but yeah, it is the. It looks like the. I like the idea that it's a World War I movie. I've been listening to Hardcore History a lot lately, doing the countdown. What is it? Armageddon, Countdown to Armageddon. But it's the it's like a 7-part series, and a lot of it's. I think it's all about World War I, obviously, and. I don't know. I think World War I is a very interesting war, and I guess what's it called? Wonder Woman did it, but this seems to be a bit more European war centric instead of going to an island and blah, 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 and I don't know. It looks like an interesting backdrop for a series that I legitimately enjoy.
Yeah, and it's such a brutal war
It
that
seems-
to have
was that
something like the
Archduke
Kingsman come out
Archduke?
of it makes sense.
I think just based on the trailer, it doesn't feel like it's as targeted towards young audiences as
No.
Kingsman is. I mean, maybe it's just perception, but like it looks way older.
Is that supposed to be young Colin Firth?
I doubt it. The
No,
age
I
wouldn't
think
line
that
up.
timeline
Timeline
matches
wouldn't
up.
Yeah,
work.
it's one of those movies where I'm
Yeah.
actually trying to find out as little as possible because I just want to see it. I will go see it. The second one didn't exactly wow me, but to your point, James, when they released that first trailer for the Kingsman, the first one, I thought it looked like garbage.
Yeah, I think that
Oh,
was
yeah.
the general consensus.
Because it was like
that
it was the young cool kid, the chap,
Yeah,
if you will, the chap. What do you call
it
him?
looked
I don't
very
know.
lame.
It looked really lame. And then Colin Firth ended up being sort of the action-oriented main character of the movie, and he was badass, which I never thought one of the guys from Bridget Jones's Diary would be one of the coolest action heroes of the 20th century, but here we are, 21st century. But anyway, this one looks great. Looks kind of more of like a older, like what I don't know. It doesn't seem aimed at the children.
Yeah, it seems tonally so different from Kingsman, except for the part where Rasputin is spinning around, firing stuff. But I'm genuinely curious if this was always a Kingsman property or it's being retrofitted. Some other script was circling around and it's being retrofitted with the Kingsman branding.
I think it's because it's based on a whole bunch of comic book series, and I think that this
Fits into
is
that.
part of that. I'm not. I haven't read them, but yeah, I think that because I know that they shot this one and the third Kingsman movie back to back or like
Okay.
together.
Wait,
so I think
this
that-
is the third Kingsman movie.
Well,
so there's another.
There's a Kingsman 3 being shot with prequel Kingsman
Oh.
at the same time. And
Okay.
I think they're going to come out like 1 year apart.
Wow.
So I think that this is probably going to have a lot to do with that third one.
Okay.
Huh,
Cool.
well, color me surprised. It was fun. I showed this trailer to Jess, and she was like, I don't know what the hell this is. At the very end, there's a Kingsman. She just did the, what? How dare they? I was like, cool. I'm glad. Because you can't tell what it is when you see it. You're
Right.
like, I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway, looks pretty cool. Here's one I haven't watched yet. Speaking
Yeah, I
of
haven't
Disney remaking
either.
your entire childhood. Mulan got a trailer because Disney's almost through their back catalog before they got to start remaking them again.
Give us
I'm
Hunchback,
actually
you cowards.
Pretty excited for Mulan.
Who's making this? Who's doing this? Do we know? Who's
I haven't
directing?
looked
Directing? I don't know.
I guess it.
I think this is Tyler Perry, if I read the reports correctly.
Yeah, I don't think he did.
But yeah, it's. Why are you excited about it, Elise?
I like Mulan. It doesn't look like a shot-for-shot interpretation.
No dragon.
I like Jimmy Wong, so I'm excited that he's in a movie. That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I'm riding for Mushu right now, though. Where the fuck's Mushu?
Mm-hmm.
So do you think if they, I guess as opposed to the original Mulan, which it was sort of tonally a bit more serious, but then they still try to keep that Disney, that 90s Disney magic where it's like, well, she needs a dragon.
Yeah, I mean, Mulan's pretty
Partner.
goofy, actually. Like, this seems like it's going to be pretty serious.
So you think if they erase it, they strip it down to its most bare bones thing about a female joining the army to fight the Huns,
they're not going to have Mushu.
you don't think there's going to be a Mushu?
It might be a sort of thing where, like, I could see it being a feature where Mushu is this spirit that visits her in dreams or something to guide her.
Okay.
Because it does look very serious.
Yeah, you don't think mystical, magical dragon.
No.
It's more of a historical take on Mulan.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the way it seems to be conveyed.
Will
I know how she's going to get up that pole, though. You spin the things, you use them as the hooks. That's how you do it. You don't drag them. Don't take a lady brain to figure that one out.
any thoughts on that one, Ryan? I know you hate women, so
What is going on?
I'm
with
excited
you,
about
Ryan?
Mulan. I told you about my theory with Disney, what they're going to do at the end of getting through their back catalog.
I don't know this theory.
They're going to remake all their Pixar movies. You're going to see a
shut the
photorealistic
fuck up.
Finding
No.
Nemo, a
Yeah.
photorealistic Toy Story, $2 billion
Tom
for
Hanks
each of those
in
on
a
the
cowboy
table.
hat.
Yeah.
that's what the
Exactly.
kids want. I always thought 3D was supposed to be that uncanny valley where it's like you can't make it into live action because it was already done in a 3D environment.
They're getting even better at it
They're
every
gonna do
day.
it.
The technology is improving.
I
Facial
guess.
capture.
Live action up.
This next one was actually an Elise mention. This is Rambo 5: Last
Oh,
Blood.
fuck yeah. I cannot wait for this.
Can't
I
tell if
love
he's being
old
s-
Sly.
I'm dead serious. The fourth one was amazing.
Was
10
it?
years
I've
ago.
only seen First Blood.
Dude, the second and third, you can forget them, but the fourth one was so brutal and good.
But what number? Because here's what we did. We did First Blood.
Yeah.
Then we did Rambo, First Blood Part 2.
Yes.
But then we did Rambo 3. But
Yeah.
what it should have been was Rambo 2, First Blood Part 3.
Yes.
And this is Last Blood. So which one? Which one is this now technically?
Where does Hot Shots Part 2
Rambo.
fit
Then
in?
it was Rambo 4.
Rambo was just
Then it
Rambo
just became
4 was
Rambo.
just Rambo. Yes.
So we started over again.
Yes. They did the shaft.
So it should have been Rambo 4, First Blood Part 5, or something, right? No, First Blood Part 4. Yeah.
I'm lost, but yes, you need to see
It's
Rambo 4, and then so you can get psyched for this. Although the trailer though for this one, like Rambo 4 was like an epic set in Burma. There was like this war,
Yeah.
torn
Yeah.
country and stuff. Where this looks like Home Alone, geriatric
Yeah.
Home
They
Alone.
saw Logan.
Yeah, it's just like him in a cabin trying to fight off people.
Maybe we should watch all the Rambos.
I've actually never seen a Rambo.
Oh, First
Oh
Blood's
my
great.
God.
It was always on TV, and the First Blood was kind of slow.
Yeah,
Well, yeah.
definitely.
So and then they cut all the fun stuff out. So I never got to. I should have just rented them or watched them in some regard. But I do remember seeing the Rambo 2008 trailer, and I think there's a part where he takes a gun in the back of a Jeep and like a 50 cal, and he turns around on the driver, and the guy just becomes mist. And I was just going, holy shit! Has this always been Rambo? I don't know. And then we played the video game.
You're totally right though, because I think like Rambo First Blood comes out and was kind of a low budget movie at the time, like just one guy running from a vet in the jungle running
Yeah.
away from the
was
cops. But then like I think that like it became known in pop culture for just like the imagery of him with the machine gun.
Yeah,
so then
yeah.
the sequels they were like, all right, we got to like amp that shit up.
I think
times
the
10.
sequels came. I think the sequels are the one that set the cultural tone for Rambo.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And I think that's what that's an action hero, so we're gonna parody that in Hot Shots Part 2 and stuff
Right.
like that. Like, because the shot of him with that gun, I'm pretty sure is from Rambo.
I want to say two or three. Yeah.
When he's in
Rambo
the
First
desert?
Blood Part.
Is that when he's fighting the Soviets?
First Blood Part 2.
Yes.
Okay. I'm definitely down to watch this. I'm excited for Rambo 4, First Blood Part 5, Last Blood 1.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm excited.
Okay. Next movie from a little known director. You might we're all a big fan. Rian Johnson.
I'm so excited for this movie.
I haven't actually watched this trailer
I'm
yet.
so excited.
I'm excited, but I'm nervous.
But Adam, we
I don't
gotta
care.
we gotta
You can play the music.
What's that? You want me to hear the audio? What's going on?
yeah.
Okay. So I did make a little joke there, but everyone hates Rian Johnson because The Last Jedi, but
No, half of people do.
that's true. But Looper, I still stand. I saw it recently. Still a damn good movie.
Oh,
Brick.
And then Brick is
Yeah.
pretty. It's so fucking bizarre, but I like it. And then did he also do The Lookout, or that wasn't him?
No,
Probably
he didn't
not.
do that. He did Brothers Bloom, which is not. I didn't really like
I
it.
like Brother. I like it.
Wow,
It's
see.
okay. It's clever.
I like
Okay.
it. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
it's like Wes Anderson light.
Yes, exactly. Light
So-
is a good way to put it. It's just you're kind of like at the end, you're like, well, that was a movie. It was
Yeah.
light,
Mark
breezy
Ruffalo is
romp.
just so good in it,
Yeah.
and Rachel Weisz is so good in it too.
Well, now he's taking a step back and he's doing a little whodunit, as the marketing entails. But I know Elise loves a murder mystery.
Yeah, this isn't exactly a locked room mystery, I'd say, but I do love the trope of a bunch of strangers gathering together in one place, and they're like, "We've got to hunker down. We got to figure this out."
Don't they all know each other though?
All
I
family
guess
members.
I guess they do.
But yeah, like the cops and
there
other
are
people.
people that come into the situation don't know.
Right,
I mean,
right.
I love like, Clue. I think is the baseline for whatever know. But yeah, I'm super excited for this.
I just hope it does really well, and everyone goes, "God, give that guy a Star Wars."
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be interesting if he just a unique, fresh take? something different than The Last Jedi or Rise of Skywalker, something just different. you
Yeah,
know?
Arctic Fox, Jamie Lee Curtis in this movie. Okay.
Yeah, fan of the Game Grumps, hates us.
Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh yeah, he's the best. He should be new Joker.
Now,
I'm not a huge Daniel Craig fan, but
why? Because he's ugly, beautiful.
I don't know. He's just never been my.
Did you like Logan Lucky when he had a southern accent like in this
Oh,
movie?
I never saw it. Did you see it?
We saw half of it.
Oh, I checked out, I guess.
Oh man, Logan Lucky's good.
I like Daniel Craig as a southern dude. He does a good one.
Well, I kind of don't want to talk about that movie too much just because it looks awesome,
Yeah.
and I do want to see it. But we do want to talk about Rob Zombie, as we do once a week here.
Defying conventions, Rob Zombie decided to make a Rob Zombie film.
Which started with House of a Thousand Corpses, which I think a handful of people saw, was followed by
Oh, hell yeah.
The
Love it.
Devil's Rejects,
Fuck yeah.
a cult classic, if you will. Definitely has a following. Don't they all die at the end?
of House of a Thousand Corpses.
To fucking Freebird.
Yeah.
All, like in a big shootout.
Yeah.
Oh, in Devil's Rejects.
Devil's
Yeah.
Rejects,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
they're driving down the road and they all get shot up. So I guess they all survive.
I saw
They
it.
come back from hell.
Well, it looks like the trailer starts with them getting rolled into the hospital, all shot up. But all I really remember from Devil's Rejects is there's one point where they're nailed to a chair.
I don't remember anything from that movie.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's been a long. When did that movie come out?
A while ago.
like 10 years ago,
Yeah, a
something
long
like
time.
that.
More than.
Because it was like House of a Thousand Corpses, and then only a little bit, and then like Devil's Rejects. But then he did like the Halloweens and some other stuff.
I feel like he did another movie too. Yeah.
What was this? Oh, something about Salem, the Salem Witches movie.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
El Super
Another one.
How
Bistro.
many Halloweens did he do?
2.
two.
Yeah. But this is it's an interesting franchise because people, our very own Katie Bacon from the community, I know, loves a good Rob Zombie film. I don't understand it, but I'm glad it's for somebody.
I liked a lot of his music videos.
Sure, Dragula's still damn
Dragula's
good.
awesome. Living Dead Girl's great.
Yeah, I'm starting to get suspicious because Sherry Moon's in all his movies.
You mean Sherry Moon Zombie?
Wait, are they related?
Tell him. Do not
Weird.
tell him.
I think my thing with Rob Zombie is I listened to his music when I was a teenager, White Zombie, and then his solo albums. Dug it. And then he also started making movies around the time I truly, really appreciated like style, like cinematic style, and so I was really excited for House of a Thousand Corpses, even though it didn't resonate with. I was like, I don't get it. Like, it just felt like it was a haunted house, which is, I guess, kind of what it was.
With a overweight Chris Hardwick.
Oh, an overweight Chris Hardwick, yeah. But it was just like a haunted house. It's like, now we're in the next room and it's scary, and then we're in the next room and it's scary. And I was like, well, I guess there was style there. So then when I saw Devil's Rejects, I was like, oh, okay, I think he's just not for me. I was like, okay, I think we're done here. But I was like, good for him for making stylistic. I was like just at that point where I was like really ingesting a lot of film, and I was like, oh, anyone who makes unconventional things, I'm all for. I think I'm maybe
You're
tired
definitely
of it.
past that.
I think I'm
can
tired of
tell.
it.
Okay.
And I want him to make something good.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll see.
Adam, bring out the big guns, please.
Oh, sure. We're going to end on a high note here. Just fresh out of Comic-Con.
Yeah, I
even
haven't
though,
watched this yet.
Even though
I haven't seen this
a
either
lot of
yet.
stuff has come out.
Are we gonna get copy? Yeah, we're definitely.
Absolutely. Top Gun Maverick. I guess Tom Cruise is doing his victory lap. Because he won't stop doing Mission Impossibles, and he did the unthinkable, and is making a sequel.
Do you think they brought back Goose?
That's what I was thinking earlier. I'm like, bring back Goose.
From the dead.
And then
Son of Goose.
so many people are dead. Tony
Gosling.
Scott.
What if Ryan Gosling played Son of Goose?
Possibly, maybe. It's a weird trailer because I still don't know what's going on.
In the trailer?
Okay, can someone tell me what the plot of Top Gun was?
Yes.
Because I need a refresher. It's been 20 years?
Go for it.
We can take
15
turns,
years?
but
Go
two
ahead.
pilots are basically they're not the best. They're the second best. But and during a training exercise, the best pilots in this small program or whatever, one of them has a fucking freak out moment. And so Maverick has to calm him down, talk him in. And so the guy basically decides he wants to leave, even though he's considered the best pilot. So then Maverick and Goose, who are then considered second tier, are sent to this very hyper elite Top Gun aviation program where they're gonna train to be the best pilots on the fucking planet, man.
So it's like a school movie. It's like a summer school movie where
Yeah.
at the end they have to graduate to be Top Gun, but he's been dating his teacher.
Yeah, he's banging his
Yeah.
teacher. He's also plays by his own rules.
That's right. Forgot
And
about
then,
that.
and then there's a lot of things. It's weird because the movie is obviously about jet fighters, but it's not about war.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's about flying. So like they're just doing a regular training exercise, and in the midst of said training exercise, one plane flies too close, and then they go into a tailspin, and then that's a training exercise accident that causes Goose to die.
Don't they get into a fight, like a dog
And
fight?
then at the
with-
end, a couple of Russian MiGs show up. They cross
Yeah.
the border,
Yeah.
and they're in bad territory. So that's their one chance to like actually get out there and fucking scramble,
Show their
and,
training off.
and
Okay.
take some action. So
Yeah.
that's the climax of the movie. Is
As
that
a kid, it was so confusing to me. Are they in a war? Are they not in
Yeah.
a war? It's like,
Are we in war?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's winning the volleyball game?
it's one of the best war movies about not war.
So what's the resolution?
He
I
does it.
remember he says,
And then you can
You
be
can
my
be my
wingman
wingman.
anytime because it's Iceman
So
and
Iceman's back.
Maverick. Iceman and Maverick are like at odds with each other.
Val
the
Kilmer's
whole
in this
time.
movie?
apparently, yes.
Did we see him in the trailer?
No, they're
Miles
saving
Teller's in it, though.
I don't necessarily
man,
dislike
this is the
Miles
Oblivion
Teller.
dude.
it. Okay, so it's the same. Yeah, he did.
It's okay.
It's the same director as Tron Legacy.
I liked Oblivion fine when I saw it, but I don't know.
It was just
I
they
did
should have
not.
called it Sci-Fi the movie because it had everything.
Yeah.
It has the future,
Everything's
clones,
white.
holograms,
Well-
fake memories.
Tom Cruise is usually pretty good about who he works with. So
It's just so weird that Tom Cruise is like still trying to. It's like he's like still trying to play the like renegade young dude.
My hope is that like this is supposed to be set like 3 weeks after the events of Top Gun 1.
No,
He's
they-
clearly an old man.
we were talking over it. I mean, feel free to watch it on your own. But there is a part where he's talking to Ed Harris in the beginning. He's like, "You've been a pilot for 35 years, and you're just a captain. You should be an admiral. Like, what's wrong with you, you idiot?" And he's like, "Some mysteries, you know." And it's like,
Tom Cruise is like
"What's the plot here?"
He does it for the adrenaline.
he's like I know.
Is he?
He's a pilot. He's not a
But it's
career dude.
It's the same thing that he did in The Mummy, where it's like private crew.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like
or whatever.
sergeant, and they're like, "You're
It's like,
55.
yeah.
You shouldn't be a sergeant. That's
Yeah.
embarrassing."
This is going to be great because this movie's going to come out. It's going to be a fucking huge hit, and I can start wearing aviators and flight jackets again.
I doubt this movie is a huge
I know.
hit.
I agree.
I was in the Target Optical, and some dude came up to me and asked me if he could get my opinion, and he had on some aviators, and he's like, "Do you think I could get away with these?" And I had not even watched the Top Gun trailer yet, and I said yes. I said, if you get different lenses, yes,
Okay.
100%.
If-
Just get different lenses,
If I was an actor
not those lenses.
and they were like, they want you for the new Top Gun movie, I would be so excited for my call
Sure.
sign. So
Right?
fucking excited for my call sign.
What
Great
would your call
signs.
sign be?
Well, think of Hollywood.
But what would yours be,
Wolfman.
is what I'm asking.
I wouldn't get to choose. I would just be excited to be part of that world.
Okay.
Goose.
We can all give each other a call sign.
Iceman.
Give me a call sign. I want a call sign.
Bread and butter.
Bread and butter? Okay.
Yeah.
No. Use something cooler.
Really?
That'd just be the Heat.
Okay. Elise would
Or
be
Heat.
Elise would
Spider. Spider 2.
I'd be Nugget.
Spike.
be Spike's good.
I would be Nugget, 100%.
Ryan, I'd call you Red State.
Oh, thanks.
No, I'd call you
Homoeroticism.
yeah. Get down, homoeroticism.
Thank you.
Fox One.
No,
One.
you would be game show.
All right.
Okay.
All
That's
right.
nice. That's a good
Hey,
one.
game show. Yeah, that flows off.
Get your game show. Enough
Yeah.
of the fun game show.
Look at game show. Putting on a game show up there in the clouds.
Yeah.
Yes, Elise would probably be like.
I said Nugget.
You Nugget? Okay.
But no. What do you think?
I was thinking, who's that really good actor? He played the Joker.
Jack Nicholson.
Jared Leto.
Yeah, I'd call you Jared Leto's Joker.
Aw.
That's good because Joker's
Damaged is good.
Joker's,
No, I would be damaged.
I-
Damaged goods is what I would be.
I just hope.
We can't send damaged goods
think-
up.
do you
She's
think-
too damaged goods.
Who was their teacher? Was it like Wizard or Jester?
A jester.
Okay.
Yeah. It was the Grand Wizard.
Was that
their
Michael
teacher.
Ironside?
No, it was the guy with the mustache.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I just need to know this real quick. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure it's Michael Ironside. It was Michael Ironside.
Tom Skerritt.
It's Lieutenant Commander.
Oh.
Lieutenant Commander
Skerritt.
Rick
Yeah,
Jester.
Yeah,
You're
Tom
thinking of Tom
Skerritt.
Skerritt.
Tom Skerritt was their actual teacher.
Okay.
Then
who was Jester?
I mean, I guess Jester
He was just one of the dudes,
one of the
wasn't
other
he?
dudes.
Man,
I love the theme song to Top Gun.
So good.
Soundtrack Kenny Loggins
Yeah, it's
killing
great.
it.
Killing it. For real.
Best thing Kenny Loggins has ever done. Come at me.
You're right.
Flashdance? He didn't do it.
Footloose.
Yep,
All right,
it's a trick question. Anyway, that's it for the show. Thank you guys for watching, listening, all that fun stuff. Thank you guys for being on the show as always.
Thanks for
Super
having
fun. Be sure to go to buyraycon.com/filmhouse for 15% off your own order of these sweet earbuds. You could be listening to us on the bus, the plane. You could be like Maverick up in the sky, listen to us with these wireless bad boys. You'd be good to go.
Buzz the tower.
And then you go, Nugget!
Fun Top Gun drinking game. Watch the movie, and anytime it cuts to a shot of someone's hands flipping open like the thing, like they're gonna do the switch, take a shot.
Ooh.
How drunk
Deadly.
do you
There's a
get?
lot of that.
Damage.
man.
There's a lot of that.
Tony Scott was on a lot of drugs.
Also, anytime someone who isn't flying does this, because there's a lot of that. I love that those F-14 Tomcats basically just have another dude who has to
Yeah.
sit in the back. That's his job.
Have a great weekend.
You
Bye,
think
guys.
Spider-One's going to make a cameo in 3 from Hell?
Who's Spider One?
Your buddy,
I'm just
Spider.
kidding.
Have a great weekend.
Opening
Oh, yeah.
is quite a bang, like
Yeah,
a
for
Scream type movie where there's a late title card, and you're like, oh shit. And so, like, I think when you do that with a movie, you kind of set this pace of this isn't in it. You set this pace for what the rest of the movie is going to be.